Yeah, guys, you can tell we've never streamed before.
The camera's a little bit different too. I had it set up
Bro, what? This is so weird. Oh, we got a heart comment from Alex J Productions. Maybe he's the one who's waiting. Oh, there's stream delay on here. That's why. Okay, I was so confused for a second. Wait, why do we have stream delay? I gotta figure out all this. But anyway, what's up, guys? Welcome to our first live stream. Talking about The Last of Us, which is so. What do you think about the episode?
It was great. It was definitely a lot of character building in this.
Bro went okay. So this is my buddy Andrew. Yeah, you know we did. We went straight to prayer night. I just came back from prayer night and watched The Last of Us. But as you were saying, what do you think about the episode?
Yeah, I thought it was great. There was a lot of bonding between Joel and Ellie. So
yes,
that was probably my favorite part of the episode.
Oh, for sure. So the episode picks up where we left off with Frank. They're at a gas station. I don't know why I said Frank.
We've been talking about.
Yeah, we were trying to put up a Punisher comment for all of those who know that we're obsessed with the Punisher. But so that's why Frank's on my mind. I'm thinking of Frank Castle. But they stop at a gas station siphoning gas or whatever. But we see I loved the dynamic between Joel and Ellie. It was definitely something.
It was so great. Good. It was beautiful, and it's got me pretty hyped about the next episode. Speaking of, what do you think of the ending of this one?
Okay. So this is coming from people who haven't played the game, right? I know, like we've said before, we know a little bit about the game. If that's who I think it is, I think Joel and Ellie are fine because I think
they gotta be.
Yeah, because the kid had the gun pointed to Joel's face, but then he says shh. So almost like he doesn't want to be
yeah, that's true.
Because if he was working for whoever the heck Kathleen's army was, if he was working for them, they would have been reported in cuffs already.
Yeah, and probably either that or dead.
Yeah, exactly.
He said shoot on sight, I think, or something like that. But yeah. So, I mean, they got to be good guys. If not good guys, they're not bad guys.
Yeah.
There's really no way. I don't think.
Yeah, and I want to say, what it's going to be, but also at the same time, for your sake, I kind of want to avoid talking about that.
Yeah.
Unless you're willing to talk about it, but, and it could be, I could be wrong, but.
Okay, so, yeah, for me, I guess, because you know a little bit more about the game than me.
Yes.
Not that either of us have played it, but you've read up on it, and I'm kind of in the dark here. I know I know nothing about what's going on other than what they've given us.
I'm trying to think. Okay, so from the game adaptation, I know this. So they left Bill and Frank's, or just Bill's in the game, and they had the truck. Same thing happens. They get the truck, they get a bunch of gear from Bill's, and then they chill and go straight to Pittsburgh. And I'm pretty sure if I'm correct. And so, but instead of Pittsburgh, they ended up in Kansas City. So that might be a slight adjustment to the game. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and so then I forgot what the story is, but those two people at the end of the episode are two brothers that end up helping Joel and Ellie in the future. I think.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, that's what I would have figured too. So.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah. So we were talking about this while we were watching it. Kansas City was kind of a quarantine zone, and they must have got overrun by this.
Yeah. But not Fedra, though. It's not Fedra.
Fedra. And you said we don't think it's the Fireflies, right?
I don't. It's not the Fireflies. There's an organization in the game called WEF, if anybody knows what that stands for. Enlighten me. I don't actually know what it stands for. But they seem to be like a We the People type thing, because we saw it on the trucks and tanks. I wonder how they overtook Fedra. Maybe the Fireflies helped them, but it seemed like they were pretty brutal. That was one of my favorite scenes in the episode is whenever Joel and Ellie are cruising through Kansas City, and they stop, and that guy's basically doing he's bait for them.
Yeah.
And then Joel's like, "Oh, we're getting out of here," and they have to end up crashing the truck and getting in a firefight. That was a good little sequence.
Yeah, I like that. So do you think Ellie has actually killed somebody before? Or I guess she didn't kill that guy today, but. She said she had, or do you think she's just trying to get the pistol?
I think I want to say that she's probably killed somebody before, because I think people who play the game know that she's a lot more brutal than not, I don't want to say a lot more brutal, but basically she's very similar to Joel in a
Yeah.
lot of ways. And like Joel progressively learns that, but she kind of already knows. And so I think she probably has killed somebody, but I don't know. That she could be saying that just to get the gun.
Yeah, one of my favorite things was the running joke, literally, of the pun book.
Yes.
And at the end there, the diarrhea joke got both me and you.
Yeah,
We were like, what, it runs in the
Yeah,
family?
I was like, wait, diarrhea is hereditary? Is it actually? And dude, she actually got me with that one. I was cackling, dude.
She trolled all three of us, me, you, and Joel.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and Joel's reaction every single time that she cracked a joke like that, Joel's reaction is absolutely priceless. Like,
Yeah.
I love Pedro Pascal as Joel was like
perfect.
the perfect casting.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss, magnificent. Wait,
Magnificent.
yeah, magnificent. I was gonna say magnifique. There you go. Chez magnifique. Chez magnifique.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite part. Like I said before, is them bonding over this episode, but specifically the jokes because they were so corny.
Yeah.
At first, and then the second one, like it's so corny to the point. Okay, this isn't a joke. You think she's serious, and then boom, she hits you with the punchline.
Dude,
like,
yeah, I was not expecting that, but it's like every single time, like, because it was a lot of character development, but I feel like it was pretty evenly paced as like an episode. Like they're obviously starting out at a gas station. We don't see a lot of action. They stop in the woods, like kind of building up this tension. Like you're not really worried about infected right now. You're worried about people, and that ends up like being a pretty big point as we see later on down the road. But I felt like it was very evenly paced, and I lost where I was going with that thought. But I'll catch it back eventually if you have something to.
Yeah, I think what's beautiful to me about this episode is that Joel, obviously after he lost his daughter, he's kind of hardened his heart, right?
Yeah.
And is not opening up to the world of what's left of it.
Mm-hmm.
But we see, I think, kind of the first hint at it in this episode when he finally laughs at the end. And he's just goofing, man.
Well, and he laughed in front of her. That was the big thing, because like she had been saying those jokes. That's what I was gonna say. Like every single time the episode slowed down, or like they slowed down, like whether it's to get some rest or whatever it may be. Every single time that they slowed down, she would pop out the joke book. Right? Yeah. And the first time he was like, "Bro, like put that up. I'm trying to go to bed." And the second time she cracked like one or two jokes, and he was like, "I mean, that's kind of funny." Like, but he did it over to the side like himself. Because he didn't want her to think, like, to continue on. Because if you encourage that kind of behavior, they'll keep on doing it. And then finally, he laughs at the joke. And I thought that was just, like, an interesting progression. Like you said, like, he's finally returning to somewhat, like, his hardened heart is starting to get a little bit softer.
And dude, Pedro Pascal, he's just such a great dad.
Yeah, he really is. He's a dad. When you really think about it, though, he's got experience with Grogu.
That's what I'm saying. If you need somebody to be a good dad character in a show, cast Pedro, man.
Yeah, for sure.
He's going to be a perfect casting, and obviously, like you said, with Grogu, which comes out, March 1st?
Yeah, March 1st. Yeah, this really, the first half of this year has been all Pedro Pascal, really.
Yeah, dude, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
He's been probably my favorite part of this show so far. Just his delivery has been perfect.
Yeah, him and Ellie, like we said,
she's been great.
We said this on the first episode. It was basically they couldn't have picked. I don't think any two better people to. I actually sent you something today. Like a scene comparison from the game to the show, and it's when Joel's giving her the rules. He's like, "You don't talk about tests. Blah blah blah. You do what I say. Right? What I say goes." And like the comparison from the game and how, and they didn't play the game, right? That's the biggest thing.
Oh, really?
No. And so like we listened to the
that's right. Yeah, I remember them
the podcast that goes along with it. And if you didn't know this is really cool. But basically, Neil Druckmann, the guy who wrote The Last of Us and directed it as a video game, was like he didn't want Pedro and Bella Ramsey to play the game because he was like, trust me, like I'll stay true to the game. I just need you to communicate what I'm telling you to.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and you can really tell it in this. I think that's one of the best things about this is it stays so true to the original game. Like it's actually it's almost shot for shot at some points.
And that's crazy though and I think that's genius on their part, the showrunners, that they hadn't played the game. It would have gone up in flames and been horrible if they hadn't played the game and then they went away from the game.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, everybody would have been super mad about it. But like they've learned their lesson almost in a way. Like with shows like Halo and other video game adaptations, like I feel like they really have learned their lesson. Like you've got dedicated fans to this, especially The Last of Us being one of the best, probably the best video game of all time, if not the best. Yeah. Right. So people would have been mad if they didn't do that.
I think it's just beautiful too, because you send me videos of like comparison side by side the game and the show. And considering they haven't played the game, how much it's like it, but also like the delivery and everything is just on point.
Like to think that Neil, and so the guy Craig, I think his name's Craig Mazin. He's the guy who directed Chernobyl and wanted to adapt the video game into a show. And he was like a dedicated fan and had, if you've listened to the podcast, you know, like he wanted to make this a video game or a show adaptation for a long time, and then finally he got Neil Druckmann on board. And you can tell that both of them they do not want to stray away from any details in the game. Like, I know people were saying they altered Bill's story a little bit, but when you really look at it, like, it makes sense with the game as well. Like, it's just a deeper backstory, except for the fact that Bill died. Like, that was the big part, that in the game he was still alive, as far as I know.
Yeah, I think this show in general has just been beautiful, and if you haven't listened to the podcast, I would highly recommend it. It's awesome.
Yes, for sure. I definitely recommend. I'm ready to check out the episode tomorrow. Like, as soon as I wake up and like while I'm getting ready or whatever, just listening to the episode. But moving forward, obviously they're going to find Tommy, right? That's what we're hoping anyway.
Oh, I hope Tommy's alive.
Yeah, I hope Tommy's alive. We got actually a little bit more of Tommy's backstory in this episode too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I really like that scene. And it was obviously Joel was telling that to Ellie. She was like, "Hey, we got what, 25 hours or something? Yeah, it can't be that long of a story."
Yeah, and that's true. But it wasn't really that long of a story, but it was a little bit of that's what the showrunners are really good about. Is they're good about like placing exposition and not making it to where like it takes up the entire episode.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying. Like, it felt very evenly paced. Like, the pacing, it's not fast, but it balances like action with exposition with like slowing down emotional scenes. Like, they got all the stuff in there, and they just put a lot of thought into this show, and I appreciate that. And I'm not even I haven't even played the game.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Neither of us have played the game, and if you listen to the podcast, and they don't spoil the game either, the show obviously.
Yeah, they do their best not to.
They make you really appreciate, even if you haven't played the game, like what's going into this show. Mm-hmm. It's just it's I love this show.
Yeah, I really do like this show. I mean, we've got some big Marvel.
It's show of the year in basically January.
Yeah, really, it's February 5th, and I'm venturing to say I don't think there's, by the end of it, if they like, I don't know if they're gonna do The Last of Us Part 1 all in one season. I assume that's what they're gonna do. But if by the end of it I don't think there's no way you walk away from the show saying it's not the show of the year.
And that's saying something, because do we have Loki 2 this year?
Yeah, we have Loki. We have
it's good. It's a good year, man.
We have
Mando.
The only thing that could beat it in my mind is Punisher.
Punisher season 3. Now, okay, that I would flip my lid.
Yeah, we could talk about that. So, talking about how. So we mentioned this earlier, how Ellie had actually shot somebody or killed somebody before, is what she claims. And she gets out of, she gets to the hole in the wall, and Joel's getting choked out, which I was kind of I was nervous in a way. I was nervous in a way because, and that's the point, is I was so nervous, even though I know Joel lives. I think that's really cool that they were able to make me feel that. But she shoots the guy in the spinal cord, and he's begging for his life. And it just made me,
that was...
Yeah, it
Is it back?
Not quite yet. We have 3 people watching.
Yeah, wait, I think we're back.
Oh, all right.
I think it just started. Hopefully it's not buffering too bad. I think what we need to do in the future is connect to the computer to my house. Are you on yours?
Yeah.
That's probably making it buffer.
I'll put any questions in there while we're waiting.
Sorry for the buffer.
Sorry for the buffer. Oh, here we are.
I think we're back.
Oh. Anyway, sorry. The why I don't know if you just heard my comment. Wait, the stream lag trips me up. So
it is weird. I've experienced this when we streamed for.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it doesn't make it. It makes sense. Like, but it's not like we got stream snipers. I mean, stream sniping.
We got stream sniped.
Hey, bro, we got 4 viewers. Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, thanks for joining us. For real.
Y'all are good.
Thomas.
Hey, City Train. What's up, man? Hey, did you watch the episode?
I don't know if he's watched this show yet. I think you would like it though, Thomas.
Yeah, you should definitely watch it. Andrew 2929, you got any questions? That's one of my boys from school. What were we talking about?
We're talking about Frank.
Yeah,
Castle.
I mean, of course we're talking about Frank because why not? No, like that scene with Joel where he like basically kills the guy and just reminded me of Frank. Like Ellie was all like emotional that she just shot a dude and Joel's just like like kills him off screen. Which also we haven't what was I gonna say? Oh, we haven't. What? No, I literally just lost it,
dude. I was kind of what?
We haven't touched on Kathleen's character yet either.
Oh yeah. I don't. She's giving me mixed signals, like because she shot the doctor that birthed her. Yeah. And then at the same time, she doesn't seem like too vicious and cutthroat. But then again, she did just shoot that doctor.
It's always the people who don't seem vicious and cutthroat that are the worst about it.
That is true. Yeah, catch you by surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't doubt her character, considering what she did in the episode.
Yeah. So what was that whole thing with? They go into the building and there's like it's crumbling beneath. Is that supposed to be? What do you think? That's like a swarm of infected or something like that?
I don't know.
Because I don't think there's really anything to back the game up, or for the game to back up on this. Because right now I think they should be in Pittsburgh, and they're in Kansas City. So like it looks like we're getting a little bit of a different storyline here.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming it has to do with the fungus, but also that. Okay, so we need. Is it Sam and Henry?
Sam and Henry, yes.
Yeah, we need to talk about that because she was going after them hard, man.
Sully.
Thanks, Sully.
Yeah.
Thank you, Soldier.
Yeah, fellow soldier, Caleb Sullivan. Sully, what do you think about the episode?
Is he watching it?
Yeah, I think so. I know you're quite critical, so maybe we should get you on the show, or maybe we should get you on here. Like, so
Sully's been on the channel before. Oh, we lagging again?
Yeah, probably.
We need to get Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we need to get Wi-Fi out here. Oh, bro, we got 4 on the stream. Nice. Well, welcome, guys. Thanks for the donos.
Thanks for the donos.
We really appreciate that 1 cent donation. It really helps us out. Hey, make sure you like the stream, comment, and subscribe. Especially whoever hasn't liked the stream should really do that right now. I can see live statistics and y'all. He says I haven't watched after episode 2.
It's
you can watch okay, I'm not gonna say that, but watch episode 3. There's some good stuff that happens there that you need to figure out. But episode 4 is a magnifique. It's so good.
I mean, I think this may not be what he's doing, but I don't know. It looks like we're lagging pretty bad.
Yeah, probably.
I hope we're not.
We're playing.
We got to release this video afterwards. But,
yeah, I mean, it should be fine. 24. We're in 24 frames per second right now. Maybe.
Like 3 frames. People are watching a slideshow right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a good show, a really good show. Like, if it all dropped at once, like Micah, that's been on the channel, likes to watch shows. Mm-hmm. So if you can stand to wait till all the episodes come out, it is a good binge-worthy show.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I wish, like, part of me wants it to drop all at once, but also at the same time, like, I enjoy having it to look forward week to week.
Yeah, I do too. And this left on a huge cliffhanger, probably the biggest cliffhanger so far. Right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because, I mean, last episode wasn't really that much of a cliffhanger. Like, they got what they needed.
Yeah. And then it kind of on a high note.
And then, I guess you could say episode 2 had a decent cliffhanger, and so did episode 1. Like, episode 1, they're going into the Boston QZ. Episode 2, Tess has just committed die, and to save them, and now they're on the run.
You got spoiled. You hate to see that, Sully.
I got spoiled for the ending of the games, too? Oh, okay.
You hate to see that. That's tough.
Yeah, I hear that he said downside of video game apps. Well, yeah, okay, hold up.
I guess that's true, because it's already happened.
I haven't gotten spoiled the video game ending. Like, I already knew about it before they made the show. But how did you get it spoiled? That's my question to you. So,
Yeah, I remember. I think it was Moon Knight. I got spoiled for me the finale about Jake Lockley.
Dude,
I was like, come on, man.
I got spoiled. Endgame's ending was spoiled for me.
No, what the Iron Man part?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was like scrolling YouTube the day of, which is a big mistake. Like you shouldn't do that. And then I saw like the Iron Man snap, and I was like, oh, there's no way this is real. Like, surely that seems kind of cliche. Well, it was real. So,
dang, that's tough. So.
People posting stuff on Twitter. All right, so Sully, it sounds like you need to get off Twitter. That's the solution. Wait, so you're really not gonna watch it just because it's been spoiled for you? Because we're already talking about how like this is much different than the, well, not much different, but kind of different than the game so far. But is there anything else like you wanted to comment on? We were talking about Sam and Henry, the whole beef that's going on there.
Yeah, that's quite the beef, dude. I mean, she seems pretty livid. that's the whole vendetta going on there. And I don't know who they. You might know who they are, but I don't know who they are.
Okay, so I mean, I guess like we can. So if we look up The Last of Us on here.
Uh-oh. We're getting the Sully treatment. We're about to get it spoiled, boy.
Nah. We good. I know where to scroll to. Well, see, I already knew, in a way. All right, so nope, that's the TV series. There's the video game. All right. So plot development, reception.
I'm not looking. I hope the stream isn't lag.
All right, so let's zoom in here.
Handle 2 tabs.
All right. Wait, what? So this is where they were. With the help of Bill, a smuggler and a survivalist who owes Joel a favor, Joel and Ellie acquire a working vehicle from Bill's neighborhood in Lincoln. Driving into Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Joel and Ellie are ambushed. Okay, so by bandits and their car is wrecked. So that's where we're at right now, except they're not in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They're in Okay, so then
it's kind of the same.
Okay, all right. Here's this. They ally with 2 brothers, Henry and Sam. Henry is Brandon Scott in the game, and Sam is Najee Jeter. That's the guy who plays Miles Morales.
Okay, I was gonna say this. I thought the 2 people at the end would be Henry and Sam.
Yes,
but I didn't know if that was people that have played the game be like, no, that you're stupid. That's not who you're saying. But that's what I kind of figured, and that they were hinting at.
Yeah, but I'm just confused. Like, so was that who Kathleen went to go find in the room, and they had left? Is that what? And she said they're running out of food, or is that?
Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't. All right, I just didn't know if that was him or not. But that is important to know. Is that?
Yeah, so they kind of they probably need each other. They need Joel, and Joel needs them, kind of.
Yeah, and I think that's a big reason why he was like, because if you like wake up, or if you make a ruckus out of everything, big problems are gonna happen with whoever it is. I think it's the WEF, but I don't know, dude. I'm just like, to sum it all up, I really have enjoyed this show a lot.
Yeah, it's been great. I'm looking forward to the rest of it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, and like I said, as a video games typically start off slow as you begin to learn the mechanics. Like, they even said this in the podcast, like, you start out slow and begin to learn the mechanics, right? But then the action, the pacing, like, it picks up. And it is different, like, in a video game, because you have to make sure that you have plenty of action in order to keep the person who's playing satisfied. But, like, in a show, we can see a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, as well as the same... Like, that's what I was going to say. Like, that fight scene between, or the shootout between the 2 or 3 guys that had ambushed Joel and Ellie, like, it felt very similar to the game, because, like, Joel downs that one dude, and the other dude goes to, like, check on him, and I'm like, we're both sitting like, Joel, like, take a shot. Like, he's in the open, but, like, you have to be... We're used to watching Punisher, because he just absolutely destroys people, but you have to be really tactical, and that's how the game is, too, is you're constantly maneuvering your way through things. So I don't know.
Yeah, the action scenes have been really good.
Yeah,
and well thought out.
And I have to say, like, there haven't really been all that much action scenes either, and it's still been very intriguing. Like, I'm glued from beginning to end, and I think that's a testament to the writing of the show.
Yeah, I agree. The writing has been fantastic, and obviously they're basing it on the game, but they still gotta. There's a lot of stuff that goes into making a show too. So.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And
as you can hear in the podcast, we've mentioned.
Yeah, definitely check out the podcast if you're really like into the lore of this show. Which that's kind of what grabbed me, was I was into the lore of The Last of Us. That's why I read about it way before I ever watched this show is because I wanted to know what happened.
Yeah.
And the podcast and the creators of the podcast, like, they really shed a ton of light, and not even just into the game, but into not even just to the game, but like filmmaking techniques, which is something that you were talking about.
That's what really intrigues me about the podcast as much as anything else. The way their insight on how they shoot it, and like they knew that the viewer would feel this way if they shot it a certain way or a different way. So yeah, I would recommend the podcast, like we said.
Yeah, for sure. But that wraps up our thoughts on the show. Kind of sorry about the buffer. For all those who watched, we had 4 concurrent viewers at one time, bro. You have to say, like, that's pretty good for our first stream. Go, but anyway, if you want, sorry, I don't know, my mind just died. We're gonna be streaming pretty much, I think, week to week from now on. After the episode comes out, so come and join us. Well, it'll be very similar to this, where we'll start out kind of in a review format, and then just take questions and answers or talk to the audience, something that we want to build here on YouTube. Man. But anyway. We're going to head out. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Even though, I don't know, I just said that because you can still see us. Or I guess you really can't see us. How do you end this? No. Yeah, I might would.